Good morning. Fighting Gear here. Headed out to the range today to answer that all-important question. High point. Is it a gem or is it junk? This gun is clear. I bought this the other day at a pawn shop. It's technically secondhand to me, but it's unfired, no box. Got it cheap. I think new they're about 159, 169, maybe a little higher now. This one is, I actually gave a little less than that for it. It just, you know, it's a interesting gun. There's two real strong thought processes on it. One is people say, man, I hate High Point. It's junk. It's cheap. It's garbage. You know. The other one, people say, man, this is a lot of gun for the money. You know. And it's just, I want to find out for myself. I'm curious. I get requests for holsters for it. Get a lot of comments. I do make not only the insider for it, but I also make the leather holster and the belt holster. I also now with the magazine pouches make a single and a double magazine pouch that also will accommodate this. This one is the 380. I also will make the magazine pouch for the 9mm or the 45 in single and double. But I'm just curious about the gun. I've not had a lot of experience with them. And I guess I have to admit I'm a little bit of a gun snob. I don't mean to be. I just shoot a lot of guns, and in doing that I tend to, like most people, I tend to kind of look at a little more expensive guns. But I tell you, my thought on this is, you know, expensive is kind of a relative term. And I mean, here in Missouri, I think minimum wage is about $8 an hour. That's $320 a week. You cough up, you know, a fourth of that to the government, so you're down to $275. You go buy some groceries for $100. That's $175 left. You know, do you want to give every penny of it for this firearm to defend your home, or do you want to go down there and do that, you know, 5 weeks in a row on layaway trying to buy a, you know, $500 or $600 gun? So, you know, like I say, relative is an expensive term. I mean, what's expensive for one person may not be for another. But if you're a young couple or just a frugal person, or, you know, whatever, I mean, you may not want to blow $500 or $600 on a gun. You still have a right to defend yourself. And, you know, there are a lot of inexpensive guns on the market. This is the only one that consistently I've heard shoots pretty well. So I'm going to take it to the range today. I'm not going to disassemble it or anything. There's a lot of YouTube videos where they do that. And I understand that to disassemble this, you lock it back, and then I might not even be smart enough to lock it back. I don't know, maybe you got to have a magazine in there to lock it back. Yeah, there we go. I did have a magazine in there. Well, I'm not too sharp this morning. Haven't had it on my coffee. Anyway, there's a pin right here that I understand that you drive out, and then that allows you to disassemble it. And I'm not going to do that because I haven't done it. And I'm already not looking too sharp with this gun on the video, so I don't want to look even worse. But anyway, I am going to shoot it and see how reliable it is and how accurate it is. And then I'll be back on after the range with kind of some final thoughts on it. But anyway, I'll see you out at the range in a few minutes. 5 yards. Gonna move up, I'm gonna be at 7 yards. and this is probably the last time I'm going to run through. We've had one issue with it, a little bit of not going back into battery on a couple of shots, but I forgot to oil it. It's a new gun. Anyway, I think it'll be fine. I'm going to run it one more time here. Down at 7 yards now. See how it does. Try to run through it here real fast. Kind of simulate a little bit of self-defense. Okay, I'm back after a quick range session. Didn't shoot a lot, but I shot enough to have a pretty strong opinion about the gun. I had a couple of failure to go into batteries with it. You know, I didn't oil it or anything. I never thought about that, and I think that might have a little bit to do with it. But out of a full day shooting, I think we had 2 or maybe 3 stoppages early on. After that, I dropped a little bit of oil. I always carry a little oil in my bag. I dropped a little oil on the slide rails, up on the barrel itself, down on the bottom of the slide. This gun is clear. I just, anyway, put a little oil down here. Kind of gave it just a light lube out in the field, and then I never did have another stoppage. So, like I say, the gun obviously shipped dry. I don't believe it had ever been shot. And it was amazingly reliable. It was also real accurate. Now this is just a 380, and as you can see, I think you can see. Let me get my light on again here. This one is got a little bit of a two-toning to it. I think this is actually pretty much the exact same frame and configuration as the 9mm. This has the standard sights, not the ghost ring. But anyway, turn this light back off to save a little battery. Towards the end of the day, the camera starts to go. It is a heavy gun, I will say that. It's a fairly big gun for a 380. I believe that's how they manage their recoil system, is because I believe this is a direct blowback gun with no locking link or anything on the slide configuration, and I think that the weight of the slide helps to manage the recoil of the slide battering against the frame. The heavy slide helps with that. But anyway, I thought this was a hell of a gun for the money, and really just a pretty good gun. I mean, like I said, we had a couple of early stoppages. I've had them with a lot more expensive guns than that. And I was shooting cheap, let me see what it is. It's just cheap discount ammo that I bought, if there is any such thing anymore as cheap ammo. Yeah, it's MagTech, and I've shot it before. Truthfully, I don't think it's as good as white box ammo, but you know, ammo's like everything else. There's a lot of opinions. It's looks like it's a 95 grain full metal jacket 380. It's got some ballistic information on the back, but I don't know. I'm not going to take the time to look and see what it is. It's like I say, it's very average at best ammo, and I didn't have any problems with it. I did not shoot any self-defense loads through it. This is March 3rd, I believe, of 2013. It's March 3rd. And I'm sure all of you are aware of the political climate and the cost of ammo, so I didn't run a lot of self-defense ammo through it, since it probably will not be my carry gun, just because I have a Taurus TCP and a 709 Slim. And I think that, you know, I'm probably not going to replace those with this, but I'm also not going to get rid of this gun. I can see a lot of good uses for it. I mean, and like I say, for an under $200 gun, I just don't know how you go wrong. I think it's a heck of a gun. You know, and one of the principal reasons I bought this is because, like I say, I get a lot of requests for holsters for it. And you know, I really wanted to just see how it shot. I was amazed. Like I say, you can judge it yourself in the video and see what you think. But you know, if I were in a position where I had a couple $100 budget and you know, a wife and kids to protect and everything, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this or to buy it for myself. I think of the sub $200 guns, it's a shining star, and really, like I say, it's just a pretty good gun. I mean, it's big and it's heavy. It's not beautiful, you know. I mean, I think that's what you give up to keep the price down on this gun. You give up the looks, you give up the space age materials. You know, like I say, you definitely pick up a little weight and size, but you know, I'd much rather give up the appearance and keep the reliability than have a better looking gun that did not function, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here, but I mean, in my opinion, this thing's a gem, especially as most of you know, if you've watched much of my stuff, I'm pretty frugal. I'm real cost conscious about things. That's why I try to keep the price of my holsters down. And I mean, to me, money is, you know, is an important issue because I don't have a lot of it. And I think this thing is a bargain. You know, I really do. And I think it's a good gun, and I think you'd be well served with it. Anyway, I'm going to try to get out there some more. Like I say, the gun politics right now have ammo not only at a shortage, but real high. And that's affecting our shooting a little. But anyway, the weather's starting to warm up, and I'll try to get back on there. Again, like I say, if you would, in the comments section, or shoot me an email off my page, fightinggear.com. There's a contact section. Let me know if there's something in particular you're interested in my opinion on, and or if you have any questions about my holsters or gear or anything. Check out my Facebook page, click like. I'd sure appreciate that. Kind of help me get it going. There's not a lot on it right now, but I'm trying to build it. If you got anything you want to contribute, if you shoot it to me, I'll put it on my page within reason. Anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys watching my stuff.